here? Oh. Oh, these are all unknown people. Yeah, those are people. Oh. There's Milton. Who is this dude? Oh, it's I thought that was a cowboy hat. Is that her? Dorothy Crane. There she is. Man, how much is she worth? 3,000 XP? Just saying, girl, you're looking pretty tasty.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Why does Dr. Tippett's claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett does not think of you as just a nurse anymore, does he?
If you're suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
Okay.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Am I playing this game all day? I'm going to be playing this game at least until noon or so, and then I'll probably take a lunch, and when I come back, I don't know if I'm going to play this game or PoE this afternoon. Because I may have to leave a little bit early this afternoon, and I don't know how short the block is going to be. So we're definitely going to play this tomorrow morning, though, for sure. We will definitely play this tomorrow morning. And we've got another couple hours left today, too.
Come now, we can handle this.
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
Cool.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
Now, one thing that I'm interested in is I've seen this, right? Is this every single NPC in this area? Oh, who are... What? Who are these people? Oh, these are the people in the bar. Oh. Okay. There's not a lot of NPCs in this game. I thought there were going to be like 70 plus, but it looks like there's what, about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. If I'm doing my math correctly, it looks like there's about 30 total. Yeah. No, there's like 60. People said 60. Oh, they said 65. Okay. Okay.
What can you
Cool.
tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
Okay.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True, true. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time.
Cool. Okay, great. Got an investigation.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fidic is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him? Or to
Oh my
prove
god,
you
this is
Fair
Lucifer.
question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fidic's story.
Tell me Mr. Fidic's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fidic lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
Damn.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior. A man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears.
Oh, it's too late for him.
Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
It's too late for him. Nope. Alright, I think we're all set. Interesting character. I like this guy. Is this game open world? I don't think it's exactly open world. I think it's semi-open world. So you get to like locations like this, and then you can explore this location, semi-open worldy, and then I think we move to the next location and then can do that location and stuff like that. I'm not entirely sure though. We might be able to just run around everywhere now. I'm not entirely sure, but it's either semi-open world or open world. It's certainly not linear. I can tell you that. There's lots of places you can go and explore around, so it is not a linear game. Oh, you can just go all over at the beginning? Oh, cool. Okay, well, maybe it is an open world game then. Is that the guy we just talked to? No. First of all, this though.
Disapprove of our methods, and you will kindly apologize when you're feeling better.
Whoa, that was a fight. Who are you?
Good evening, Dr.
Oh!
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
It was the guy we were just talking to. Oh, geez.
Goodbye,
Okay.
Dr. Strickland.
Let's go talk to the other guy. Man, he was quick to get there as fast as he did. Unfinished letter. Sorry I didn't write you before, but it hurts like hell just to write these few words on bloody paper. Don't worry, Daddy will go out of the hospital as soon as the doctors fix his arm. In the meantime, if you need something, go see Mr. Chadwick at the construction site and tell him you're Harvey Fidic's children. Oh, man. What a bad situation. All right.
Nice sweet girl.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fidic. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured.
Right?
Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable. And your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies. Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fidic.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
You seem worried about the safety of your family. And it's obviously the reason why your wound troubles you so much.
I cannot give up on my children now. They both need me living.
What about their mother, if I may ask?
She died in 1915 during one of the first Zeppelin raids. We never found her body.
I have to admit, it's kind of hilarious because I've been watching this show over the last year called Lucifer, and his whole gimmick in the show is that he can get people to say what they really want, like what they desire. And I feel like a lot of times it's exactly what this system is. It's kind of fun.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army, building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
Aww.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fidic. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
Is there anything else that's bothering you? Can I help in any way?
I'm all right. Considering the state of this place, I should consider myself lucky, I guess.
Wow. We're done with him.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fidic. I'll see you later.
Can I please give a catch-up synopsis for those just tuning in? Well, believe it or not, there hasn't been a huge amount so far. Our character woke up in a pile of corpses after dying, being a vampire. The first thing he did was accidentally murder his sister because he was completely blood-starved and his sister was close by, and he killed her, and then she comes back at the end of the game as the final boss. Oh, spoilers. Then she dies right then, and that's it. So at that point, he's like stumbling around the city as these vampire hunters are around, and basically we kind of fight our way through the city until we find another vampire, actually a couple other vampires. One of them is this cool chick. Then there's a human that's like a good vampire hunter guy, and then we find that they're also feral vampires. Vampires are just going out and eating people. So we kill the feral vampire, and the nice vampire hunter guy turns out runs this hospital, and he offers us a place to come and chill while we figure this whole vampirism thing out. And that's where we are. Yeah.
You always knew the
So
words to calm
there's
the
that.
children, Helen.
There's that.
As for me, what a blundering idiot.
By the way, I was 1,000% kidding about that spoiler. If anything, it looked like she died at the beginning. Also, on another note, it's very clear that many people that are fed on in this game do not become vampires. We have seen dead people everywhere. So we don't, that's actually another question. We don't know why we came back to life as a vampire, because we actually woke up with the holes in our neck and the blood pouring down us. The only thing is, though, it seems that the guy that turned us is some kind of uber vampire. So, but we haven't found him yet. We're still looking for the guy that turned us. And that's where we are. You're caught up now. And what we're doing now is walking around the hospital and talking to people. Nice hat, by the way.
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son.
And really shiny hair.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
Oh, okay.
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
What's wrong with her hair? She's golden blonde.
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes. Thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
Do you require medical attention as well, Mrs. Goswick?
I have other concerns right now, Doctor. But I'm fine, thank you.
Okay.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick. Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No.
Really? Why are you here?
Okay.
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
What happened to you, dude?
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'm sure you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
Do I have medicine? Oh. Oh.
I will see you later.
So he has fatigue issues.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Goswick.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
Damn. All right, so we'll be back to this guy. He might be a vampire, dude.
But don't
There may be
hesitate to
vampire
contact
bites under
me
there.
if you need any help.
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
I don't know, dude. You're a suspect. You're officially on the short list, friendo. You are on the short list. All right, we talk to you. Talk to you. Talk to you. But we haven't talked to you in a little bit. Do we have a new hint for you?
What can I do for you, Doctor?
God, though, it's hands, though. You can wash your hands. How about that?
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Go wash your hands. How do I tell her that? You nasty girl. You're in a hospital. Come on. Jeez. Oh, whoa. Who are you, girl? What's up? Talk to him in a minute. Who's this girl? Oh, you look crazy. I like crazy. You look real crazy. What's up?
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr.
Oh, you're like the Ring
new
crazy.
surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital.
Yeah.
And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal.
Oh, she is crazy.
But dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
I don't believe you. I think you're a crazy mortal.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
Yes.
I'm curious to know who you were before.
I just wanted to say yes to that.
No, it was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
Why are you here if you're a vampire?
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Okay.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
Oh, that wasn't a quest, was it?
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
Okay.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard's syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
Do you require my services, Miss Howcroft?
I have no need for your medicine, Dr. Reed. Blood is the only drug I need.
We got a hint, but... Oh, wow. So we just straight up diagnosed her. Okay. Interesting. Interesting.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything.
Okay. All right, we're good with her.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
We're totally playing along with it. That's pretty funny. Pippa!
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
Oh. Oh, okay. I guess we can't talk about that. That's too bad. Oh, there we go.
Pippa, I know you're very close to Milton Hooks.
Yes? Milton Hooks is my man. If you want to report me for that, just feel free, Doctor.
I have no intention of reporting you, Nurse Hawkins. But are you aware of the risks?
The rules say I won't be allowed to work as a nurse anymore. But here at the Pembroke, we break rules all the time.
Is he worth the risk?
Hey, I'm no perfect woman, and Milton is not the finest bloke. But we do our best to get by. That's all any of us can hope for nowadays.
Right on.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
How long have you been a nurse?
Or long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
You'd be surprised what dedication can achieve, Nurse Hawkins. In medicine, sometimes we're just a test result away from a miracle.
Sorry, Doctor.
Well said, man.
I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
Actually, we're cool with Milton, so that's fine. Okay.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Oh.
Good
Time
evening,
out.
Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Do you need medical help yourself, nurse?
I'm fine, really. I just need to sleep.
Oh, is she tired? No, okay.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
The use of garlic as protection against vampires. Let's be crystal clear on the subject. Garlic will never protect you against those creatures. No matter how fresh, how strong, or how smelly, garlic is totally useless as a defense. I cannot tell you how damaging that novel of Bram Stoker has been. What about the steak? For here's the truth. Garlic does not repel vampires, but all the fresh plants will hurt them. It is as if their body cannot stand the presence of botanical elements. I've seen an enraged vulp flee when whacked with a rose. I've witnessed a violent econ fall down and beg for mercy when struck by a wooden stake. Oh. Vampires are very sensitive to fresh herbs, plants, and woods. And so is that where the wooden stake thing comes from? Because it's a plant based? Is that why a metal stake wouldn't work? I never really connected that. I thought it was more the stabbing through the heart thing. Interesting. Who are you? You look unhealthy.
Good evening, sir.
Oh, God.
Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed.
Did he get
I've recently
burned?
taken the position of head surgeon here.
Yeah, it looks like a ghoul from Fallout.
War interests, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
Bummer, man.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Damn, that sucks.
Soldier, do you need assistance?
I'm fine. Just do something for this pain, will you? That's all I'm asking.
What do you want, smooth skin? Oh, wait, ready for this one?
Oh, it's...
Can I ask?
It's the pain.
Can't do anything.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you.
Is it PTSD? No.
Like
This is
flames
physical
are
pain.
under my skin, burning away.
What can happen sometimes with really traumatic injuries is it'll damage the nerves. So they're always being fired off, and then the scar tissue will heal over it. So you can actually have nerve damage that is just constant pain. A lot of times if people lose limbs, the nerves at the end of the limbs will actually constantly fire. So it makes it so like it's just endless pain. It absolutely sucks. It's just endless pain.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular?
It's common with
looking after
burns,
you,
too.
please?
Nobody since the old
Really bad
eye
burns.
doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Damn, dude. Oy.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
No, this isn't
don't
phantom
wanna
pain.
talk
This is
about
real
all
pain.
this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself.
Phantom pain's
I
different.
just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
How close are you to Miss Hawcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
Wow. Damn.
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of my blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less.
Oh, maybe it is phantom pain.
Willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
You do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
In her madness, she never refers to my scars.
A little nibble.
Frankly, if I could, I'd join her world. It seems much more fun than the real one.
All right. Did we just get a new
Goodbye
thing
for
for
now,
her?